You know what? I've heard a lot of things in my life in regards to Freemasonry, and I'm not going to be on here long today, just for about 30 minutes thereabouts. But I've heard a lot of things about Freemasonry, and one of the myths that I'm really tired of hearing is that you must trace lineage back to the three grand lodges. I think it's either three or four. One being France, another one being England, Scotland. Those are the three that comes to mind right now. But that's a lie. That is a lie. I challenge any Masonic person or scholar or historian to prove me wrong that you have to trace your lineage back to Scotland or England or France or any other. That is a bald-faced lie. That's the biggest myth. That is the biggest lie that's ever been told, and it's still being told. And this is something that we all, I mean, if you truly going to enjoy Freemasonry, the myths have got to stop. You know, if you hadn't gotten your paperwork from this Grand Lodge or that Grand Lodge, then you are not legitimate or you're not recognized. That is the biggest lie. Let me tell you why that's such a big forest and a big lie. Well, just here recently, we all know that the Grand Lodge of England has been pushing the female Grand Lodge of England as a legitimate body of Freemasonry. So who do they chase their lineage back to? If that's going to be the case, if that's the argument you're going to use for any other body of Grand Lodges or in whatever, where did they get their lineage from? Who chartered them? And that's the problem that I have personally, being in the Masonic Order for a minute, and I've heard this over and over again, and people like to use that to tear down other Masonic bodies. Well, your Grand Lodge isn't recognized or legitimate because it did not get its charter from this Masonic body. And that is the biggest myth. That is one of the biggest lies that has ever been told and continue to be told. You know, England didn't never say that. England has never said that. And for those of you who consider your Grand Lodge to be better than somebody else, let me share this with you real quick. Let's just get this out the way. Your Masonic body is where you reside, and that's great. Do you enjoy the order? Enjoy all that it has to offer. But in the process, you must stop the myths. You have to kick that down. You can no longer go along with the show knowing that that is totally incorrect. There is no Grand Lodge body documented that says that if you did not get your charter from us, you are this. I tell you where you can find something like that at. If you have a Scottish Rite Volume 1 and 2 and you read the insert in the history of the Scottish Rite in the formation of the Grand Lodge, they said that. They actually said that in there, that if you did not receive a charter from them, you was considered to be clandestine. That's what they said. However, as far as legitimate documentation is concerned, that is a myth. That's a myth. And somewhere along the line, we're going to have to stop with the myths. You know, your Grand Lodge is what it is. Your Grand Lodge, your jurisdiction. That's where you became a Mason at. That's where you joined and began your fellowship as a Mason. And nobody can take that away from you. No one. I don't care what they say. You know, and that's the thing we have to kind of start looking at and being honest to who you are in your jurisdiction and where you're at. You know, all this other rhetoric and BS that be putting out there, man, it's a waste of time. You have to find something better to do with your time than to go that route. So I'm challenging anybody, any Masonic scholar, we can have this conversation that you must trace your lineage back to one of those three Masonic bodies. I think it's four, but in order to be considered regular or whatever you want to call it, that's a lie. That's the biggest myth that's ever been told in the Masonic order. And somehow along the way, we're going to have to be better. We're going to have to do better, and making sure that your Masonic body is up to par. That's for you to do. If you don't think you belong to the right Masonic body, Well, you gotta make a choice. You gotta go and do what's best for you on this Masonic body, on this Masonic journey. You have to do you, nobody else. It's of your own free will and accord. And stop allowing people to hook wink you and blindfold you and tell you what your jurisdiction is and isn't. You know, that's what I gotta say today. And to all the brothers of the craft and sisters of the order, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. But please, the myth has got to stop. I have been reading Albert Pike. He knew clearly as the day the craft could trace his. Absolutely, he knew that. As a matter of fact, Albert Pike took the Scottish Rite, the degree work that Albert Pike wrote. Hey, what's up, bro? The degree, Brother Morpheus thinks, the degree work that Albert Pike wrote in his book was taken out of the primitive rites degrees. That's a fact. If you are a member of the primitive rites and you have done, hey, what's up? Greetings, Brother Hawkins. This is, hey, Mount Washington number. Okay, greetings. I would tell you this. Damn, bro, this is early. You damn right it's early because I get tired of the BS, man. Look, what I'm saying is this. Let me get this out. Albert Pike took the primitive rites degrees, transferred them over to the Scottish Rite, and added some works to it. He did that. If you are a member of the primitive rites and you have the writings and the studies of the primitive rites, you can clearly see that what Albert Pike did. It's a fact. You know, what's up, Brother Walker? How you doing? It's a clear fact. And what we need to do is stop relying on somebody else and go do your own research. Including me. Stop. No. What I say is because of the research I've done for myself. I'm telling you to go do your own research, come up with your own answers in regards to what you're looking for, in regards to your everything. Stop letting somebody BS you. Oh, if you ain't over here, you ain't right. If you ain't over there, you man, forget all of that. Forget that mess. You know, if you're going to do anything, for yourself, Masonically brothers or Masonically sisters, if you're going to do anything for yourself, enjoy the craft. Enjoy the brotherhood, enjoy the sisterhood, get all you can out of it, you know, because there are people out there in your inboxes where you know you're part of the wrong jurisdiction. What? Well, you know that you're not recognized. What? I tell you this, for those of you who like to go stick your nose in other people's boxes and inbox them and tell them about what they are and who they're belonging to and all of that stuff, you know, bro, you got to stop. Okay, Frederick Harvey, what do you mean I have to stop? People with the bullshit have to stop. Get out of people's mailboxes, emailing them and telling them that they're in the wrong jurisdiction. That has to stop. People make up their own minds, of their own free will and accord, and go wherever they please to go, Masonically speaking. That's what has to stop. Now, if I'm wrong, just say, no, brother, that's not incorrect. Tell me. You know what? I'm one of them people, I have a conversation, I'm willing to listen. You know, I'll do that. And hearing what you got to say, bruh, you got to stop. What I got to stop doing? Telling people to do their own research, telling people to go and find out about various Masonic groups on their own, and you join where you go. I mean, you know, go. I mean, enjoy the whole. I mean, that's me. And I'm going to spit that until I can't spit it no more. The freest thing that you have to give to someone, the freest thing is your time. And for you to waste your time in a Masonic group or organization that you feel that is not properly giving you the instruction that you want, you have just given them a lot more than money. That's true. And for someone to convince you that you are part of the wrong organization, you didn't do your research. You didn't go and call that organization up, look into it yourself, and start relying on what someone else has to say. You do your own thing. Do you. And that's the best thing you can do. What's up? Greetings, New Black World Order. Glad to have you here today. So the biggest myth in Masonry is for someone to tell you that your Grand Lodge must trace its lineage, its heritage back to England, France, Scotland, Germany, wherever. That's the biggest myth. It's the biggest lie that's ever been told and continue to be told. That is wrong. That is incorrect information. Go search it out for yourself. Those Grand Lodges are just another body, just another organization, and you need to stop putting them in such high regards. Most of the people saying that don't even know what a Mason is or what they are. You know, what are the books to get for the primitive rites? I would say this. I don't know if you are a primitive rites Mason or not, or I don't know if you are, bruh, but we have our own primitive rite ritual in my jurisdiction. So greetings, what's up, Q? We have our own primitive rites, but I'll tell you that you can actually go online and look up primitive rites degree work and compare it to the Scottish Rite works that Albert Pike written, and you would see the resemblance. You would be able then to see, oh, and damn, because there before there was Scottish Rite, there was primitive rites, or there were primitive rites. Period. But when Albert Pike became the most puissant sovereign grand commander, he considered those degrees to be clandestine, and everybody else followed. But if you go look up the college rites, you will find that the college rites are those primitive rites degrees that are shared within mainstream Grand Lodges. It's true, they call them college rites. Most black jurisdictions call them primitive rites. You can go look this up on their own website and find out for yourself. All I'm saying is do that for you. Sisters, do that for you. Brothers, do that for you. And stop allowing people to dictate your legitimacy, you know? What up, Alex? How you doing? It's been a long time. Hey, Josh, I hope everything is going well for you. Josh, how's your journey coming, bro? Josh is the brother I met, not personally, but through this particular channel. He's on his journey as far as Freemasons is concerned. Josh, I wish you well, bro. I really do. But to everyone else who's tuning in, my thing is that you have to stop the myth as far as dealing with those 3 Grand Lodges and what they're supposed to be all about, you know, and your Grand Lodge. I would say this in regards to your jurisdiction. It is, I would say that jurisdictional wise, Grand Lodges, give me a call after the video, I will. Jurisdictional wise, Grand Lodges should form relationships with other Grand Lodges. I truly agree with that. But it shouldn't be anything that is forced. You know, my Grand Lodge has fellowships and agreement with quite a few different Masonic bodies, but it's not forced. It was something that both agreed to and wanted to have. It wasn't something that we went up and said, you know, you have to recognize us or immediately with it. It was none of that. You know, it was something that we did. We wanted to have mutual recognition with other bodies, and they was likewise wanted to have it with us, and we did that thing. You know, so this is where we're at. Is that brother Bowtie? What's up, Bowtie? How you doing? Yeah, it's been a minute. So this is where we're at. So please stop. It's a myth, and it's been busted. It's been proven that it's wrong. So please, wherever you at, whatever you're doing, I hope that you get something out of this. Go back and check it out for yourself. If you really want to know something, if you are a Scottish Rite Freemason, go get your Scottish Rite Volume 1 and 2 and begin to read it from the beginning. And you will be shocked of a lot of the historical writings regarding the Scottish Rite body. Period. This is why I enjoy the primitive rites, because I know that the Scottish Rite took from that and developed its own system. It's true. So look, as always, blessings and peace to you and yours, and to the brothers of the craft. Be blessed, and to the sisters of the order, walk on that point. I'll talk to you later. Peace.